So I'm back here today with Aaron in his 2015 Ram 2500.
Hey guys, so this is my 2015 Ram 2500 Cummins 6.7 liter diesel, and you're probably wondering how such a young guy like me affords an expensive truck like this. Well, let me tell you a secret. Lemonade stands.
Very lucrative business.
No, I'm kidding.
So is this lifted, or?
So this has a Pro Comp leveling kit, which basically just raises up the front. I think it's 1 or 2 inches, and it has Toyo Open Country MTs. They're 35s, and it has
huge tires
and very aggressive tread on those. It has fuel hostage wheels as well. But yeah, nothing else has been done to the truck. It's all stock except for the leveling kit and the wheels and tires.
So this is the mega cab, so you have a massive amount of back leg room, probably what you would find in a large SUV, and then you have another foot of space behind the seats before you hit the bed of the truck. So a ton of storage space inside here.
Yeah, the back legroom is actually probably better than the front legroom, and that's saying a lot. It's a huge truck, huge cab. This truck is actually on a long bed frame, so they take the long bed frame and just add the mega cab edition. So it's very long. It's a little bit difficult to drive at first. You really got to learn the vehicle and learn your spatial requirements.
Yeah, it didn't really fit in the parking spot that he parked in. It's freaking massive, but it rides extremely smooth, and yeah, like he said, pretty quiet on the interior. It's very comfortable in here. You have leather seats. The interior, it's very modern. You have your 2 gauges, then you got a little display in the center that has speed or something else, I'm assuming, if you want to display something else.
Yeah, I can cycle through here. I can see any messages, audio, so I can see another radio screen here, trailer brake, trip counter,
average MPG of 13.7.
Here we go, average fuel economy, not good. It was better before we put the wheels and tires on, but it's gotten way worse. So there's a vehicle info section, so you can see tire pressure, trans temp, oil life, fuel filter life, battery voltage, exhaust and turbo, so you can see how many pounds of boost you're hitting.
That's awesome.
So all the temperatures and
a ton of stuff that, I mean, 90% of it you don't even really need.
So yeah, the interior it looks nice and everything, but when you get down to it, it's all hard plastic. It's all cheap material, except on the top here there's some nice soft touch leather pieces. There's a little bit of soft touch stuff on the door panels, but for the most part it's all kind of cheap plastic materials, but it still looks nice. It's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not like necessarily good quality materials, but it looks nice. It blends together nicely. The seats are leather, but they're not terribly supportive, but they're not uncomfortable at the same time.
There's a little bit of bolstering, but
yeah,
I mean, you don't really need it as much in this truck. And so there's heated and cooled seats in the front and just heated in the rear.
Oh wow, that cooled off right away. I already feel it. That's pretty impressive.
The cooled seats work really well. Heated seats work really well. So the exhaust brake, I'm not really sure how it works. I'm not going to pretend like I know how it works, but it's a button down here in the center console you turn on, and it uses the engine and the turbo to brake instead of having to use your wheel well brakes.
Okay.
So I'm in tow haul mode, which actually increases the transmission's response. So if I give it a little acceleration here. Okay, so I'm gonna let off. That's the exhaust brake, that sound.
yeah, it's slowing down really fast with no pressure to the brake pedal.
This helps you save your brakes because it's such a heavy truck and the brakes are so mushy that you pretty much have to drive around with the engine brake on. It definitely helps in the city if you need to, you know, have an emergency stop, which good luck in this thing, but...
So this thing has a red line. It looks about, what, 3,500 RPM?
I think it's like 3,200, so it's pretty low, but, you know, the diesel engines don't really rev that high.
So you have the 6.7 liter turbo diesel, obviously tons of torque.
Yeah.
It's meant for towing and just hauling pretty much.
Yep, so it's 350 horsepower stock and it's 650 pound-feet of torque.
Yeah.
This is four-wheel drive.
So you have a two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive option?
Yep, just an electronic switch down here. Haven't really used four-wheel drive that much, but planning on it soon.
Going off-roading?
Yeah, going into the mall parking lot, off-roading in the mall parking lot. I'll tell you the worst feature of this truck is the turning radius by far.
Oh yeah.
The turning radius is insanely bad. Like, the Focus RS has nothing on this. I need 3 full lanes and a bike lane to do U-turn. And it's even worse now with the new wheels and tires, but man, this thing, parking is a B. You have to back into the space.
Does this have a backup camera?
Yep, backup camera, backup sensors. The problem is there's no sensors on the front, so you can't really tell, you know, how far you're going up into someone.
Because sitting right here, probably sitting at about the same height, you can't really see over the hood. I mean,
yeah, but it is a short hood though. It's not crazy difficult.
You're sitting incredibly high up here though.
Yeah.
What kind of transmission does this have?
This has an ASIN 6-speed automatic, but you know, it's got enough power to just get around town and, you know, do whatever you want. It's not crazy fast. Yeah, sadly this thing doesn't roll any coal. It's zero smoke. Very quiet, unfortunately. I would like it louder. I'm trying to convince my dad to straight pipe it, but you know, emissions requirements.
Yeah.
He actually likes how quiet the truck is, and I can see why, because the interior is pretty quiet. It's a nice, comfortable ride also. So this is a 2 Pro, so that's a big one. And then there's a smaller one right here. Okay. And then you got this little coin tree. And then there's actually a lot of cup holders in here.
Oh wow, yeah. There's 2 cup holders on this side, 2 on that side, I'm assuming.
Yep.
2 in the middle.
And then there's a fold down thing for the back seats.
Okay.
And
so wow. Did not shortchange you on the cup holders here.
No. This is a Laramie. So this is I think there's 2 trims above this and like 3 trims below this. So the Laramie has all the leather, has all the nice radio and everything. There's a Laramie Longhorn, which my buddy had, and that thing is all brown inside, like the leather's all brown. It looks really nice. And then there's the Limited Laramie, or Laramie Limited, I don't know what they call it, but that one is a little bit nicer. I don't know if it's worth the extra, but
you know, it all comes down to it's more just personal preference.
As far as technology-wise, the stereo system is pretty good. It's an Alpine system. I think it's 10-speaker. It's missing blind spot monitors.
That's
I know,
kind of big in a car like this.
Yeah, with the Mega Cab, you have a huge blind spot right there, but I use the mirrors mostly.
Yeah,
I don't even shoulder check. Use the mirrors only.
Has those weird mirrors where there's two of them there.
Yep.
I guess to help with the blind spot.
Yep.
So exterior wise, I think it looks better than, let's say, the Super Duty or a Chevy truck equivalent.
Awesome.
I'm not really a big fan of either of those trucks, but I like how Dodge, the big Ram logo, stuff like that they keep consistent. I don't know, I just think it looks better than those other trucks.
Mm-hmm. This truck was bought in the end of 2015, and the pricing was about $53,000, and that's, it's a Laramie edition. It's a diesel, which obviously adds a lot of cost. Out the door is about $60,000, and yes, that is a lot for a truck, but
for what you get.
Yeah, for what you get, it's more of a luxury truck. I would say there's not really a segment of luxury trucks out there if you think about it, but this is getting closer and closer to the luxury market with the truck. So
yeah, like the isolated interior, the leather seats, the nice gauges with the touch display and the other screen there. It's just very comfortable on the inside versus like cheap cloth or something like that. Yeah, we're going to attempt a U-turn here.
Oh, it swung out a little bit wide, so let's see if we can get this good done.
Oh, that's close. So thanks for showing me your Ram 2500. It's a great truck. I love it.
Yep, this is definitely mine and not my parents' car at all. I definitely bought it with my own money from lemonade stand.
Yeah, 60 grand from the stock market and lemonade stand. And you said it took you about how long to save this up? A couple days?
No, actually a couple hours. It was overnight.
Really? Wow.
Yep.
So you invested about 7-8 p.m. and then you woke up the next morning and boom.
Exactly. Alright, so in the next video we'll probably be doing my other car, which is a Lexus RCF that I definitely bought with my own money, and my parents didn't buy it at all. It's not theirs.
How'd you save up to buy that?
From my business.
Oh, your business.
Yeah, my business.
How many businesses do you have?
Yeah, my business.